Hey guys, welcome back. Adam Flowers here. It is November 19th, 2025, Wednesday. We're talking about the chop shop wars that happened in Chicago in the 70s and the 80s. And we have a couple other announcements we're going to be making today. Welcome back, guys. It's Mob Vlog. Red Wemette, how are you doing today?
I'm doing chipper.
Fantastic. It's another good day for another good show, and here to hang out with all of you on YouTube and Facebook. So welcome in, everybody. Good to have you guys. I see some of our normal people here. Gomph, Scott H., Scott McTaggart. Haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Dave M. Christina Morris is our moderator. Dave Grimpy, Tim Peroni, Jared Sanders even made it in. How's it going, Jared? Good to see you. All right. So, Jim Magnifici, nice to have you with. So, Rhett, before we get started with the Chop Shop Wars, a couple quick announcements. Did you hear about the bombing at Piero's restaurant in Las Vegas?
No, I did not.
Yes. So, last Thursday morning, about 2 o'clock in the morning, somebody put an IED in the parking lot, caused a little damage to the building. For those of you that don't know, that used to be Villa d'Este. It was owned by Joe Pignatella. Joe Pig, they called him. And now it's called Piero's. And it was recently sold. And I guess the old owner was getting some threats. So who knows? That story's unfolding. Other announcement is we're going to get to is unfortunately the actor / stuntman that played Tony Dogs, the head in the vice in Casino, passed away today.
How old was he?
You know, I 70, around 70, maybe a little older than 70. So yeah,
That's young.
I was supposed to do an interview with him on the show and talk about his career as a stuntman, and unfortunately didn't get a chance to do that. But I'm going to mispronounce his name. I know I am.
Adam, was he the guy was he the same guy where they smacked his hand?
No.
No, okay, different guy.
Yeah, Carl Charfolino. So anyway, that's sad news today. He passed away. So anyway, we thought we'd bring you guys up to date with a couple quick announcements. So craziness all over Las Vegas. One of the casinos got robbed at gunpoint. Somebody walked in with a ballistic helmet on and vest, and walked right up to the cage, pulled out a gun, and robbed the casino. He's still at large, so they're looking for him. Anyway, a lot going on in Vegas, and I'm supposed to be watching the NVIDIA earnings report right now because that just started. But instead of hanging out listening to Jensen Hong, I am sitting here with Red and you guys. So be keeping an eye on that. In after hours, it's already up a bit. But enough about that. Let's talk about the chop shop wars, Red.
Yes. Well, in order to have a chop shop war, you got to have chop shops. And the chop shops were very successful, and that's why there was a war, because it was all in one territory. It was on the south side originally, and it was out of the Heights. Actually, the bosses were out of the Heights, but it was so profitable. There was a lot of people in it. I mean, Afifi was in it. Jimmy Coutura was in it. Al Pilata was in it. Albert Taco was in it. And they had other people like Albert Taco had Scarpelli. Scarpelli was his right-hand man. So he sent him out to do things. But there were a lot of groups that were together, or they weren't together. They were just taking their own piece and kicking it up the El Palado, which had a piece for himself. So in the meantime, there was wars because one said, "Oh, you're infringing on my territory. I got this part of Indiana. I'm over here in Indiana. What are you doing? You're in Will County. What are you doing over by me?" So that's how the war started. And after the spoils go, when the wars were over, there was only one man standing, and no no crew for Chicago Heights. They merged with La Pietra's crew, the Chinatown crew. So,
boy, my mom had an '87 Caprice that got stolen. I guess it was a pretty hot car back then for parts.
It was. Not only that, not just parts. One of the main killers on chop shops was they would steal the car and they would take it to a junkyard or whatever you want to call it, wrecking yard, junkyard. And there'd be a car that would come in that would be damaged beyond repair. And they'd switch out VIN numbers and they'd sell that car. But it was cheap. It was more, you got a lot more out of it if you took it up in parts. A car in pieces is worth far more than a car together. So you had places like Wachowski's and other major parts stores. Crawford Parts was on 63rd and Crawford, or Pulaski. And they bought stolen parts. Everybody I knew back in the day bought stolen parts. As a matter of fact, Jimmy Couture was in a red Cadillac that his men that ran the chop shops gave him as a gift. And when he was out driving with his wife, he got pulled over and they checked the VIN numbers. They didn't match. And his wife had to go home. They kept the car and he was arrested for possession of stolen property. And boy, was he mad when he got home. He was telling me that story when he was sitting on his back porch in Oak Lawn. But a lot of cars, that's the way they went. Parts, yeah, they're worth more. If you were looking for a front fender or you're looking for a windshield, it wasn't like they had Safe Light where you just go bang, you got a windshield. You had to go buy one. So
parts were, didn't they have a big auto record place up in Bensonville?
Yeah, they had them all over the city towards the end. In the beginning, they were all on the south side. The wrecking yards were all along State Street. There was like 9 or 10 of them. The biggest one was Shosky. He was like, I think it was 3 blocks long. And it was tons of cars. They had been there since 1936. And he'd been doing things, I don't know. They were just doing things. But the south side, there was one in Bensonville. They were all over. They were in Lombard. They were everywhere. But the big ones, there was a huge one in Cicero, and I'm trying to think of the name of it, but they built the Bel Air Drive-In on top of it. It was a dump. At the end, they just leveled the whole thing up, and they built a drive-in on top of it. And then they had to have a union projector. So that property was always, the Bel Air was always involved in, as a matter of fact, you know who was in the chop shop business was the guy. He always talks about Chucky Nicoletti. I'm trying to think of his name. Says he killed JFK. Tim Peroni.
Talking about James Files?
Yes, Jimmy Files. At that, I think his name was Sutton at that time, and he was working for a salvage yard, and he said he was a wheelman and a driver. I never heard of him, but he was a part of the chop shops. These guys had to be fast to get away sometimes. It wasn't just a slip in the middle of the night. Not everybody had car alarms back in those days. I don't think your mom had an alarm on her car, did she?
Boy, if she did, it was pretty new back then, car alarms. So yeah, I don't even remember if they were remote yet or if it was something you had to still, put the key in and turn it off when you got in the car.
The key was on the fender on the outside. It was an ace key. And it was right on the front quarter panel. And that's the way you could tell if a car was alarmed.
This is before they had the little red blinking lights sitting on the dashboard.
Way before that. That's electronic. That shuts off all your electric system.
Right.
So you can't start the car, depending on how you go around it. But it was so sophisticated then. And the people, they had thousands of people that would just go out and they'd tell them, go get this, go get that. And they could make good money. The people that were stealing it.
Yeah.
The cars, if they gave them $50 a piece, they'd steal 4 or 5 in a night.
Damn, for $50?
Yeah. Hey, they didn't care.
Yeah.
If they made $250, $300 for the night, and they were race drivers, all different kinds of people that could get away, they did it. $250 for the night was a lot of money back then. Now the salvage yards made a fortune on them. They made millions, and the outfit made millions too. Each faction made so much, but that's why they fought over the money. It was all over money. That's why they told Couture to retire. And he built that big house out in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Right.
So, man, never went and retired though.
Sounds like that.
Another catch with him was he put his son over at the Secretary of State's office so he could get titles. And they had to go to him to get titles, the other factions. And finally, they got fed up with paying the dues there. They said, well, it's my son. But they got tired of paying the factions to the dues to Couture. And they got their own people. They hired within.
Right.
They went to somebody and said, hey, every time you pop me a title, I'll give you $1,000. Bingo. They had their own guy.
So a couple comments. Bruce City 2. Red seems to know a lot about stealing cars.
I do. I know a lot of car thieves.
Tom's a retired Calumet City police officer, and said there was a huge crew working out of Calumet City. The Illinois State Police used them in their stolen vehicles and auto training classes. They even had family members working for the DMV printing up new fake titles, like you just said.
That was after they got tired of Couture. That had a ask him what year that is.
Yeah, Tommy, what year was that? Was that back in the 80s, 90s? Yeah, that seems pretty wild. Corruption in Crook County, Illinois, as far as the DMV. I mean, come on, that couldn't have been going on.
We used to call Cal City Sin City. That was what we called it in Chicago when I was there.
Yeah, I'm writing about that in my book. I went from
$300 in 1970.
Yeah, I'm writing about that in my book, going from Sin City to Sin City, the late 70s into the 80s. That's when it was big. That's when it was huge. Anyway, back then. So
Carl Couture could get you anything you wanted. He was managing all of them. He was at Lexington. Then he went over to Elston Avenue. He was the district manager. And that's Jimmy Couture's son. I knew them both. I knew the whole family. So he got me my license plate. When I won my license for 3,400, I didn't go in there for that. I went in there for something else. But he got me the license plate. He got me a lot of things. He just gave me
4 or 3?
4 digits. 3400. Ask Tommy about that. Ask a cop how hard it is to get a 4-digit plate.
How hard is it, Tom? I can't see his last name. He's got Horvati, but it's not. It's Stepanovich or something like that, close to that. Anyway,
Nice.
Tom, I hope you're doing well. I'm at I have been sober. Almost got to look this up now. 60. I've been 70 days today. 70 days I haven't drank. So I've been eating like a fiend though. I had meatballs yesterday while I was putting this show together.
He was going to have one meatball. And as I was talking to him, I said, "What are you doing?" "Having another meatball." And I waited a little while and he was quiet. And I said, "What are you doing?" "Meatball."
I couldn't stop eating those meatballs. The question, Tom, is how he's at 50 plus days. Congratulations. The question is, how hard was it to get a 4-digit license plate? A license plate with just 4 digits. I guess that means it's a municipal plate. Or
no, it means somebody important.
It just means somebody important.
Yeah, if you got a 5-digit plate, you could be an alderman, or you could be, just somebody politically connected.
Okay. Joshua Allen Marshall's asking, was Mad Sam DiStefano a car thief?
No, never.
Mad Sam didn't start out like that?
No. He'd buy them.
Single and looking, vanity plate. Vanity plates are different than this. Yeah, a vanity plate, something you could pay for. Something like a 4-digit plate or more rare would have been a 3-digit plate.
All the 3-digit plates were handed out by the governor at the governor's ball. The 3 digits and the 2 digits.
Gotcha.
They were people that were major donations to the governor. By the way, we had a lot of governors that were Secretary of States. The Secretary of State was a stepping stone to become governor in Illinois.
I thought a prerequisite for that was that you had to go to jail. Tom,
might agree with that.
Says you had to have some political connections. Now it's a little easier, he said, to get one of those plates.
I wouldn't doubt it, but those times it was really political. I mean, to get that plate,
how much?
I didn't pay anything for a car to give it to me. But
how much do you need? Whose palm do I have to grease?
In those days, it was like that plate would always go to that person. And when that person would die, it would go to his wife, his son, or somebody in the family. But it always got renewed. They sent them out a renewal notice. They could transfer it between the family, but you could never get it. So it was hard to get. And I just happened to see that when I was looking on a screen. And I saw that one. I said, "I want that one." And he said, "Somebody's going to be really unhappy."
Wow.
They gave it to me. But whenever I got looked at or pulled over by the police, 4 digits, 3400, 3400 was a rare plate. And somebody look at it and say, he's got to be connected to a judge, somebody.
Right.
Even my uncle, who was a judge, asked me, he said, "How'd you get that plate?"
Cardinal Cody, American Roman Catholic, Archbishop in Chicago. Did he have plate number 1?
Yes.
He did.
1, 2, and 3 all belonged to him. And that was on his Cadillac that he got, I believe, from Bill Elsey Cadillac on Rush Street. It was the Rush Street Cadillac dealer. I think that was Bill Elsey. I'm not sure.
Scott McTaggart says he has 2 Illinois plates that are 4 digits. How'd you get them, Scott? Interesting to know that. Yeah.
Well, we have a different regime there now. They don't know how to run the corruption.
Yeah. Rico Suave, did you crave sugar after quitting alcohol? I'm 70 days. I haven't drank. And the answer is yes, I did a little bit when I first, well, yeah, they say your organs start calling for alcohol at night. If you drink, I mean, I just drank at night. It wasn't like I woke up and drank, but I drank at night. And yeah, I did. I had a few candy bars the first couple of weeks. So Since you're wondering, I guess.
And bread, the sugar and bread, and he liked that too.
There you go. Nothing wrong with little bread, man. Why don't you tell him about your yeast problem?
Hold on one second.
Go get it. Let's see it. Oh my God, Red bought a bag of yeast off of Amazon. He thought, the little packets. You get 9 packets. They're like a quarter of an ounce each, and then it's like $10. And Red found a 1-pound bag of yeast for $5. And he said, "Wow, what a great deal."
$4.80.
Red said, "What a great deal." What's wrong, Red? You can't get up out of. Oh, there it is. Ah, yeah. Go ahead, bang it against your head.
No,
he'll knock himself out. Solid rock.
I could hit somebody with this and knock them out. I really could. As a matter of fact, I put that in my review. I said it was as tough as a ball bearing, and they took my review down. But this thing, let me get something to hit it with. How about this?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, don't buy your yeast from Amazon Prime. There's your.
I don't know what this means, but on the bottom it says LEVANDURASECA.
Just hold it up to the camera. Let me see. Yeah, that's Spanish for instant dry yeast. Levandura seca instantanea, I think.
Notice,
don't ask me. I can't even pronounce English.
Don't bend on it, man. It's still solid. This isn't breaking loose of the one blob. It's not. You'd think it'd be chipping off on the inside.
So the big question is, what are you doing? Branching out into moonshining? What are you gonna do with all that yeast?
No, what I was gonna do, I was gonna cook some bread and also some pizza dough and other things, and I needed yeast. And I thought about it, and I said, they got these little packets like 1 ounce or whatever, and it's like $10. And I said, why not buy this? It's a whole pound. Yeah, it's a whole pound. I'm afraid to throw it because if I throw it, I'm liable to break something else.
Rick Slick. Was Victory Auto Wreckers a chop shop? That's what I was talking about. They were up in Bensonville, right? That's the big Bensonville commercial that I used to see on TV all the time.
Victory was definitely a chop shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to put a disclaimer here, Adam. When I called Amazon about that yeast, they gave me my full money back and told me I could buy any other yeast product I wanted for free.
There you go.
So Amazon gave me good service.
Hey, David Grimpy, are you still looking at Christmas time for your book release? Quickly, I hope to have it done by Christmas. I'm off the next couple of weeks from doing tours, and I've been writing like a madman, writing. And I was actually working on the title of the book today, sitting there brainstorming ideas. So anyway, hopefully I'll be done writing it, and we'll see. My birthday's in March, so I'm hoping it'll be out by March. That's my goal anyway. Jim Yeager. The Blues Brothers license plate was BDR 529. Now,
but that's easy. It had a BDR. Before you go through the letters of the alphabet, it starts out with A.
No,
it would have been like A5.
A is the first one.
A529. Then it would have been,
then B would be the second one.
Right, and then the D is the fourth one. It keeps on going like this. So by the time you got 3. You can imagine how many plates are out there.
Right. Yeah, I mean, 26 if you go through the whole alphabet.
27.
I'm just making sure you're paying attention, Red. So side note, we were talking about the archdiocese or the Cardinal, John Patrick Cody. Our new Pope, who's from Dalton. I just saw a photograph that went viral, and I guess when he was in the seminary or he was trying to well, he's going through his priesthood or his popehood or whatever, however they do that. You know that he was a big fan of the Blues Brothers, and he used to dress up like the Blues Brothers because the whole "I'm on a mission from God" meant something to him.
That's when he was pre-seminary. That's when he went to Quigley.
Yeah. Did you know that, though, that he dressed up like the Blues Brothers?
It was mentioned when he actually went back there. He went back to Dalton, and they showed his house where he lived and everything else.
They mentioned that. Okay. I just saw that the other day. Totally unrelated, Mr. Flowers. I want to thank you. You don't have to call me Mr. Flowers. I'm used to stud, hunk, stud muffin, Mr. Flowers. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to thank you for the upper crust box. It came in perfect, and I have it displayed. Very welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed it, and that pizza was handmade by yours truly. I made it, painted it, made the whole deal. So I'm done making those, though. I'm tired of making those. Oh, my God. I hope nobody else buys one. God. So anyway, back to the Chop Shop Wars. It sounds like something like Gone in 60 Seconds. Got to go out and steal all these cars. Did they have certain makes and models and whatnot that they wanted?
Yes, there were certain drivers. They were race car drivers. Usually they played in the ovals or something like that. Not really big. They weren't NASCAR drivers because they made too much money. But there were race car drivers that they would go to certain places, different scrapyards, and they say, "Tell me what model you need." And the guy might say, "Oh, well, I need a 72 Cadillac, or I need a 72 Oldsmobile, just one particular car, or a Chevy Monte Carlo, anything."
Right.
And they would go out and fill that order and come back. And those guys got paid. But they didn't get paid that much. Like I said, they only got paid like $50. But they'd hustle. They'd go out and do a few of them in a night. They got cash. You figured if you stole 2 cars and you got $100,
yeah,
they couldn't make $100 a day. So if you got $300 or $400 or $500 for the evening, come back and do it the next night. Take the weekends off.
Sure. God, let's go out stealing cars.
It was a business, man. I first heard about it. One of our fans here mentioned that I knew a lot about stolen cars or stealing cars.
Mm-hmm.
I had friends youth that weren't connected to the outfit, and they said it was late at night. We needed a car part for a car we were racing, and they said, "Well, I guess we better go over to Midnight Auto Parts." And I didn't know what that meant. But Midnight Auto Parts was they would go out on the street and steal the part. So
it's like kind of like a 5-finger discount.
Yeah. But some guys, they wouldn't take the whole car. They just take the part off the car. It might be the hood. It might be the trunk. It might be the front fender. But they had tools. They didn't have pneumatic tools like they do now. They had pneumatics, but they didn't have the electric ones like they do now. But sometimes they would keep a small generator in the trunk of their car or a pickup truck. And they go, zip, zip, zip. They were gone. That was it.
That's what they're doing with the catalytic converters today, man. They go in a parking lot and wipe a whole parking lot of cars out of catalytic converters. So they're worth like $1,000 each. Those whatever's in the copper, whatever that's in them. You'd almost think they'd be damn good.
I believe it's a very rare metal. I'm trying to think what the name of it is. Name an expensive metal, not gold.
Platinum, gold, platinum, palladium.
There's some platinum.
Platinum. Big Mo says it's platinum. That's coming from another police officer. Yeah, it's platinum they're filled with. Yeah. There should be something in it. Misty Cutioner, I'm ordering 20 upper crust pizzas now. Great. I get to sit in front of the foam cutter with my paint and the spray glue making them. Thank you. Good to see you, Misty. Hope you're doing all right. I haven't seen you in a while. So somebody put up here that the Honda CRX, baby, TW said, I just looked it up. The most stolen vehicle in the USA today is the Hyundai Elantra, 48,000 in recent years, most stolen in more than 20 states. Then the Hyundai Sonata. I guess they have a lot of interchangeable parts, probably, huh?
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's what it was back then.
I know why they're stealing them, because they break down. They when they're in accidents, they destroyed. But the truth of the matter is, I wouldn't own one.
So, Hyundais. I just saw a YouTube video. So there's a YouTube channel. You guys should check it out. If you like watching police videos, I love it. Body cam footage, dash cam footage. It's called Midwest Safety. And that's one of my top go-tos whenever I'm, like what to watch, go to YouTube, throw on Midwest Safety. They do a good job putting together their channel. But there was just one up in near Schaumburg, and it was a car theft ring that they ended up stealing a police car during the video, took off in the police car. But it's a racket. It still goes on. So you think with all the GPS, I mean, come on, are you really going to get away stealing a car?
They don't put all that stuff on Hyundais or whatever you want to call them. And somebody just made a point here. They used to be Kias.
Yeah, well, Kia Optima is number 4. But you know what's number 3 on the list? Chevy Silverado 1500.
Wow.
Yeah, Chevy Silverado.
That's a half-ton pickup.
And so it's Hyundai Elantra, Hyundai Elantra, Hyundai Sonata, Chevy Silverado, Kia Optima, then the Honda Accord, Honda Civic. Those are popular. Kia Soul, Forte, the Ford F-150 series, then the Toyota Camry, and then the GMC Sierra. Full-size pickup trucks and cars.
Back in my day, the number one car in the late 60s and early 70s, 1968, the number one stolen car was a Corvette. And the insurance on them was outrageous.
Now, was that for insurance scams, or was that because of parts?
I had a buddy that we rode motorcycles together, but he had a Corvette, and he had a lock it locked the steering wheel in place, so the steering wheel couldn't move. But then it went down to the brake, and it pulled the brake, and then he pulled it together, and you had to take an acetylene torch to cut that lock off. But he told me he spent like $1,000 for the lock back in those days. And he told me without that lock, his insurance would have been outrageous.
Wow. So it said that the most stolen car in the U.S. in the 70s was the Camaro from 67 to 74. The Chevy Camaro was a prime target because it was easy to hotwire. You could hotwire or punch it in seconds. And they were the transmissions, the engines, the body panels.
I would imagine they went into Corvette parts.
Yeah.
Same. They had 427 Camaros, 396 Camaros. But like I said, Corvette was like the hottest item. So Camaros, that was close.
Yeah.
The insurance on a Camaro was nothing compared to a Corvette. In Chicago,
It said also on the list that was really, really big was the Firebird, Trans Am.
Firebird and Trans Am. Trans Am, I had one vandalized. They were nice cars. I liked them. Firebird, that was the car I was trying to remember last night when I was talking to Trans Am.
Oh, you're talking about the T-tops.
Yes.
Last night, yeah.
T-top. But they were sporty. Anything that was sporty and it was a big seller, it either got damaged and it needed repairs or it got stolen.
Man.
So it was a high to be.
Those are big cars. High theft rates.
Oh yeah.
Hey, did the outfit guys usually get free cars?
No, but Jimmy Cozo, there's a building there now, but he had a vacant lot off to his main building. And he used to sell vegetables there years ago. And all of a sudden it changed one day. I went over there and it was Cozo's used cars. I went along looking. I was looking at the name tags or the tags in the window, and all of them were freshly riveted. You could see the rivet was brand new on the tag. And I told Jimmy, I said, Jimmy, that doesn't look very professional. And he said, I don't do it myself. He said, I got somebody else doing it. I just buy it.
Yeah.
So did he have one? No, he took the money from the stolen ones and bought a new one. He always had a nice car. Matter of fact, I was at his place when I saw Joe Jr. buy my Lincoln.
Mm-hmm.
So that was the car that touched me.
Hey guys, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like button if you haven't already.
And don't forget to go out on Anna's tours because they're fabulous. Read the reviews on his tours. Just go ahead and read the reviews on them.
Yeah, read the reviews. I put them all up there myself.
Adam, you just shrunk another millimeter.
What's that?
You just shrunk another millimeter.
I can't afford to lose any of those. Hey, Red, do you know Harold Rubin from Weird Harold's?
I did. I don't know him now, but he was.
Weird Harold.
Jim sent me an email about him. He was. He owned a porn shop. He lived in Berwyn, and he owned. He was down in the loop on Randolph Street, but he was actually controlled by Mike Galita. I mean, Mike Galita put the arm on him a long time ago. And he worked with Leo Weintraub, L&W Sales, which is on Milwaukee Avenue. Eventually, Galita took it over. He muscled or talked him out of it. He tried the same talk on Paula Lawrence. It didn't work. Then he pulled a gun on Paula Lawrence, and one of her warehousemen jumped in front and got shot. And he never went back after that.
Gotcha. Messino, does that name ring a bell when it comes to the Chop Shop Wars and the
Willie Messino? Willie Messino had his hand in just about everything. I don't think that was his main deal, was Chop Shop Wars. He was a collector. He was a lot of things. He was a thief. I believe his name, they called him Wee Willie because he was a short guy and he was able to get up and go through windows and stuff like that. Frank Galata worked with him. He knew who he was.
Gotcha.
But I don't know any outfit guys that didn't like flashy cars, nice rides. They wanted something special. Oh, by the way, I think it's on my channel when we get to my show. You know how everybody's always complaining, or not everybody, a lot of people complain that Joey Lombardo never clowned around with anybody else. He'd always make them the butt of a joke. I've got a picture of Michael Spilaccio holding Joey's head and giving him a knuckle rub, and Joey's got a big smile on his face. I think I uploaded it.
Oh, okay.
Subject, guys, but that's the way it was.
Well, it looks like my YouTube created two channels, so or two different live streams.
Like
yeah, just like it did yours. Yeah, except I forgot to delete one of mine. I just went in to make sure it was turned on. I'm looking at it anyway. The Messino that I just brought up comes from a pretty reliable source. that they were heavily involved in the chop shops. So anyway,
that would have been the South Side.
Was Frank Schweiss involved?
Never.
No.
His big thing was that was too much work. He didn't like the work. His big thing was taking from people, extorting them, taking their business away from them.
Yeah.
And murder. He wouldn't get cash for the murder, but somebody would give him a bunch of pickups where he could go pick them up, or they drop the money off to him, whoever he eliminated, like Tony Borsellino or somebody like that.
Everybody's got to have their little niche, what they do, what they're involved in. Rico Suave.
Schweiss's niche was death.
Rico Suave. Wonder if chop shops mess with Teslas. Maybe they're too sophisticated to be stolen, or need for them in the chop shop. Rico, have you been watching? God, earlier this year when everybody was going around and they were setting the dealerships on fire and they were burning everybody was on camera because there's cameras all over that car that are recording all the time, inside and out. Why would you get into a vehicle that has a camera recording you to steal it? Even if you could get in and disable, tape over the camera, spray over it, whatever you're going to do. Why would you do that? You're going to get caught. Not only that, they all have GPS. They all have, come on. But you know what?
You have a name for those people. They call them morons.
No, I'm gonna ask. Are Tesla cars stolen often? Let's find out. Schweiss killed Borsellino. I thought it was Butch Petrocelli.
It was Butch, but I'm saying like him. Like him.
Got it. So according to Grok, Tesla vehicles are among the least stolen cars in the United States, because they rank as the hardest vehicles for thieves to successfully steal and keep. So I guess the Tesla
drive around the car, it's constantly filming you, and I love my Tesla. Officer, I just borrowed it.
And somebody asked earlier, the Teslas do self-drive. I do not know if they pull over for police officers. If I haven't been on the road yet with an emergency vehicle to see if the Tesla recognizes and pulls to the right when even an ambulance, a fire truck, any emergency.
I would imagine for an emergency vehicle they pull over. Because
I would think it's programmed to. Wouldn't you think that was figured out, that they're like, hey,
it was programmed not to back into something when you park it.
Tell my partner that. I asked him, he backed into, so I said, how the hell did you back into a car that drives itself? How did that happen? You looked at me and said, good question. Dick, if you're watching, that was
Big Mo says they would slow down if a cop was in the area.
That's what they're supposed to do. Well, Big Mo would know, right? If you're in running hot, and you would see if Tesla's. Then again, not everybody that drives a Tesla has it in full self-drive.
No.
So that's a subscription you pay for per month. So not everybody has it in full self-drive or has that.
I bet they're great to smuggle dope in, though.
Why is that?
Nobody's going to stop them.
A Tesla?
When's the last time you saw a Tesla pull over on the side of the road?
I don't know if I ever have.
I don't think they pull them over.
Yeah. I don't know. But I have yet to see, there's supposed to be 10 Tesla Cybertrucks that are police LVMPD vehicles. Some billionaire, it's a Jewish name. I can't remember his name. It's not Horowitz. It's something like, it's got a Witz at the end. It's a tech billionaire in town that lives in Vegas. donated 10 Teslas to LVMPD. I haven't seen one though, except in pictures. I keep waiting to see one out in the wild when I'm driving.
Nutsack Zach.
Yes.
I just learned how to drive at 36 years old. It's scary. Well, Zach, I got some bad news. Yeah, I learned to drive when I was like 13. I got a driver's license when I was 15.
The way that Red learned to drive is that Red would sit on his dad's lap and he would do the wheel while his dad did the pedals. And when Red went and got his driving license and did his driving test, the instructor got in and Red hopped in on his lap. I understand that you passed your test and that the instructor still writes you often.
No.
It's a joke. It's a joke, Red.
There's a hell of a story about I'm thinking about my driver's license. When I went in to get my driver's license, I did everything perfect. The written test, I did the behind the wheel test, and the guy failed me. He goes, failed. And I said, this was at Lexington in Chicago, right by Congress Expressway. And I said, why did I fail? What did I do that was wrong? And he said, oh, we never let punks like you pass the first time.
Never let punks like you, huh?
Pass the first time.
When I was growing up in Illinois, I always wondered how the hell people from Indiana got driver's licenses. Now I sit out here in Vegas going, how the hell do people in California get driver's licenses? I mean, swear to God, man. Not that they're
no speak English. No speak English. No speak. They give you a license.
Oh, let's not get into that, man. Let's go down that road with the truck drivers. You just told me they went and extradited a guy from California to Florida. The truck driver.
I lied to you. I apologize. I lied to you. The Indian from India that was in a major traffic accident, semi here in Florida. He didn't kill one person. He killed 3.
Yeah, it was 3. Hey, Mom, how's it going? Mom's watching the show. Back to that priest that got stolen. It got stolen in Dalton. It was over at St. Paul Lutheran School in the parking lot. We were there one night for some event, and when we came out, the car was gone. But you're right. It was a Chapman alarm. Remember Chapman's?
Oh, yeah.
And it was, you got in the car, and then under the dashboard, it was one of those, the round keys with the little thing, and you put it in there, and that's how you disarmed it.
An ace key.
Ace round key. That's right. That's what it was. And that's how it, that's how you disarmed it under the dash. I remember it now. Under the dash. Man, I didn't even remember it. Chapman alarm. Yeah.
Chapman was one of the best. The one that beat Chapman out was Viper.
Oh, yeah. Vipers were big. I had a Viper on my Trans Am.
Nobody ever stole your Trans Am either. A Viper.
No.
Put your insurance down really low.
Yeah, no, not when you're 21 and you own a red sports car. Forget about low insurance, man. Unless you're a girl, it ain't happening. So, did we
all get screwed on that? We all got screwed on it. When I had my driver's license and everything, they said, "Well, your insurance rates are going to go down when you get to be 25." I got to be 25. They said you'll go down, but by the time you're 30, and I said, and then they said, "Oh, but if you're married, they'll go down." And I said, so the idea is you got to wait till you're 30, be married to get lower rates. And meanwhile, you guys gut us like fishes.
Yeah, no kidding. Now you're getting to be the age where it starts to go up again.
No, are you kidding me? I asked them why my insurance is so cheap, because people around me pay a lot of money. I mean, they pay a lot of money for insurance. And they told me that I was not a risk because people in my age bracket, they're very cautious. They don't have accidents. And if you look at that criteria and the fact that I've never had a bona fide ticket and I've never been involved in an accident. I've had people hit me in the rear end, but actually I'm not accident prone. It's maybe 2 things in 60 some years of driving. Hard to say that I've been driving over 60 years.
Well, you just said it. It can't be that hard. My first car was a 79 Caprice. had a kill switch installed. Kill switches were good. Hide it in the air vent, hide it in the glove box. It didn't stop people from trying. And I was at the junkyard constantly buying steering columns, because that's it. You smack the steering column with a hammer, you stick the screwdriver in, and off you go.
I have, for the folks that don't know, I drive an older Lincoln. It's an 03 town car. And I bought it in 04, brand new. And it's only got 113,000 miles on it, 119, I think it's up to now, 1,000 miles on it. But on my remote control, I have a kill switch. If somebody's in that car driving away, bang, it don't go nowhere. It stops the engine.
See, that's like in a Tesla. You just turn it off. Somebody steals it. You boop, look it, boop, turn it off. Call the police. Here's where my car is.
That's right.
Same thing with our tour vehicle. You know, it's and that's hidden in it too. The GPS on it. So, you know, it's
a lot of times I saw the kill switches on the Corvettes and everything. I saw them underneath the bumper in the back, really hidden outside the vehicle. They weren't inside. They'd wait till somebody smashed the window, the alarm would go off, and they couldn't find it. They'd look for it, they couldn't find it, but they got away. Battery kill switch, yeah.
Yeah, battery kill switch.
Mine's a coil kill switch.
Defeated the morons breaking steering columns. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. We're going to be going over to Red's channel shortly to talk more about Chop Shop Wars and were the people put into the car crushers with the cars. We're going to find out and talk about that because, well, why not? You see it happen in the movies.
The first one I saw in the movie was Goldfinger. Do you remember Goldfinger? The guy had a pressing engagement. He said, "My man will take you with your gold to the." And he went to the car record place, and he shot him on a side road. And he said, "This is the way to the airport." Boom! He shoots him. Odd job. And then he takes him to the crusher, crushes the gold in the car, and he came back in a Ford Falcon station wagon or pickup truck, and it was just a cube. And he said he had a pressing engagement. Or Goldfinger.
Goldfinger. Here we go to movies. How about the famous car crusher scene from Superman 3?
That was a long time
thrown in the car crusher. Remember that?
A long time later, man. This had to be what Goldfinger was, what, 1962?
Goldfinger came out in 1964. Oh, yeah, December 22nd, 64. It was right before Christmas.
The first time I saw somebody crushed in the actual movie. But when we get over to my channel, I'll talk to you about several people that got crushed.
Yeah.
Man. They're long stories. They're long stories, man.
Well, we have time for them. We'll have a whole hour. As a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do. We're going to head over to Red's channel. Guys, it was fun hanging out again here on Mob Vlog. And yeah,
if you're hang out in Vegas, go on Adam's tour and tell everybody, read the reviews. Read the reviews.
Yeah, read the reviews. My mom puts them all up there for me. Right? Yeah, if you come out to Vegas, definitely do the Vegas Mob Tour. It's a lot of fun. And yeah, we've been getting a ton of reviews, moving up in the ranks of things to do while you're in Vegas. So it's something you don't want to miss. But Red, it's been fun. I'll see you next Wednesday. We got all the Wednesdays through the whole next year. I got them all blocked out, so we won't have any days where we have I have to go do tours or weird things come up. Hopefully we have this all back on track. It's good to see you guys, and we'll see you next week. Go over to Red's channel. If you're on Facebook, you're going to have to switch over to YouTube because Red doesn't broadcast onto Facebook, only on YouTube. So go there, type in Red Wemette, and look for the Polish versus the Italian Chop Shop Wars. The Polish versus the Italians. Did you hear about the Polish woman? She was pregnant and she went into a coma. And she was in the coma for about 6 months. And she finally woke up from the coma. And they said, "Ma'am, you're good. You're really." And she said, "But I was pregnant." And they said, "That's okay. We delivered the kids." So you had two beautiful twins, a boy and a girl. And she said, "Well, where are they?" And the doctor said, "They're with your brother. He was here when they delivered them, and it was." And she said, "Well, what are they named?" And they said, "Well, your brother named them." She said, "Oh God, no! He's such an idiot. You didn't let my brother name the kids." And they said, "No, he named both of them." She said, "What are their names?" And she said, "Well, the one's named Denise." She said, "Well, that's not bad. That's a beautiful name. I like the name Denise. What's my son named?" And the doctor said, "The nephew."
The meathead.
All
The
right.
nephew.
See you guys next week. It's been fun, Red. Adios.
Adio.
See you later, buddy.
Yo, Bugsy, it says here they got something called the Vegas Mob Tour.
Yeah, Bobby, ain't you heard? It's all about our old friends Sam Giancana, Meyer Lansky, Mo Dalis, and of course yours truly, Bugsy Siegel.
Are you kidding? A mob tour about us?
Yeah, they take you to where we used to hang out and to all the places where we used to do our crimes.
You mean they expose all our secrets?
Yeah, but it's okay, because we ain't around anymore. So let's face it, we can't get busted.
Hey, you think we could sneak on board and check this out?
Of course we can. Forget about it. They'll never even know we're there.